Well, hello there. No, this isn't the show at all. What this is a call to action. A call to like, share, and subscribe. Oh, by the way, please, if you can, head over to Apple, Spotify, Podcast Addict, or wherever you are listening to this awesome show. Click on that 5-star rating. Tell everyone in your orbit about it. Do whatever you have to do to make them listen and continue to listen to the show. All within reason, of course. Together, we can grow this show into something amazing. Thank you all for what you do out there. Now back to the fun. What the fuck are we doing in America, guys? What are we doing out here? What are we doing? We got a shutdown that is entering day, 15 or 16 at this point. We have everybody in the house running around fucking doing PR. We've got Mike Johnson talking about what the fuck's been going on with the Democrats. The Democrats are saying the Republicans are unreasonable. Don't trust them. Yak, yak, yak. Shit like that, right? That's what's going on right now is the shutdown. So we're going to talk about that shutdown. And then we're going to talk about the podcast of the day. Because I'm going to continue to trash these fucking podcasts. Because why not? So let's have some shutdown conversation. Of course, as always, like it, share it, subscribe to it, all that type of stuff. Thank you guys for listening to what I got to say today. It is episode 203. And I'm actually just very disgusted with the children that we have elected in our fucking legislature, in our government, all of that. And let's talk about this first. This BS right here.
Playing political games. Last night, they played some games. They stormed my office. Maybe you saw some of the video online that they themselves shared, or someone did. They berated a Capitol Police officer, screamed at him. He was just merely standing his post. Shows again their disdain for law enforcement, as we see all around the country, the Democrats and everyone in that party, screaming, assaulting ICE officers. They did it right here in the Capitol last night. A few members of Congress went into the little foyer of my office and tore down a sign that I had up and just engaged in all sorts of political stunts and antics. They've been doing that every day now, and it shows their desperation. It also shows a very strong contrast between the party that is working for the people and trying to keep the government open and do the right thing, and the party that is engaging in all this nonsense.
So there you go. Mike Johnson over there talking about all the bullshit that's been going on, right? All the things the Democrats continue to do. All the crap that keeps happening. Tearing down shit in his office. Talking crap to other people. Pushing and shoving. Storming the lobbies. It's like, let's assume that what he is saying is about 100% true. If this is the case, what the fuck are we doing? Are the Democrats really toddlers at this point? Like, what is the fucking deal here? And this is the talking point that they keep throwing in that just drives me up a fucking wall.
When you're in a legislative body, you control everything. So if the government shuts down, it's on y'all. Just like the last government shutdowns we had were under this same president. In fact, the longest that we've ever had in the history of this country came at the feet of this president. I don't know why so many people had amnesia when they decided to go out and vote for this again. But we knew we were going to get more chaos and dysfunction. So, no, you in control. Do what you do, big boy.
Jasmine Crockett is full of shit. And it's absolutely infuriating that she's full of shit. Okay, so let's look at this from realistic perspective here as to what is happening. We have exactly 53 senators. So the bill passed along partisan lines in the House. And what happens is it goes to the Senate. And, of course, the Senate has a lot of different rules. And those rules include a filibuster. Basically, if you can get 60 votes, there's no more negotiation. There's no more conversation. The bill will go back to the House for revision, and then the president will sign it. That's kind of the nuts and bolts of this thing. So knowing that there are 53 Republicans, you can only really afford to lose 2. So you're going to need, out of the 47 Democrats, you're going to need at least 7, 10 maybe on your side, just in case, something happens, right? That's where we're at. That's where we're at. And her entire thing there of saying, oh my gosh, they control all branches of government, they should just be able to do this thing, is bullshit. And they know it. Right now, they are children. They are kicking and screaming. And they want certain things. So what do these idiots want? They want to extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies that have been added to the Affordable Care Act. That's what they want to do. They want to lock those in forever. Forever. They also want to protect the Medicaid funding, which was they claim that the Medicaid funding is pulled off of H.R. 1. And they want that money back, right? And they are also tired of short-term GOP funding bills, which is fine because I'm tired of omnibus packages that Democrats will send in, like a school bus full of bullshit, and they'll throw some shit in the back of the trunk there to try to extend this and that, whatever. So I'm all in favor of single subject voting bills anyway. So it doesn't matter. That part is I'm on board. So the two parts of this that I hate is the Medicaid part and the subsidy part. Now the single subject bill thing, sure, let's do it. Okay. Federal layoffs, they don't want to. They're also opposing that the furloughs and stuff, which obviously comes when you shut down the government. So if you're going to throw up your hands and sit on your ass, then as the Democrats have decided to do, then obviously you're going to get the layoffs. But here's the kicker to this whole thing. The stuff that they want to repeal or pull back from H.R. 1, which is the big, beautiful bill. It is a bill that has been voted on. It is a bill that has been signed into law, and it is a bill that is on the books now. It makes the tax cuts, Trump tax cuts, permanent, and it extends certain tax credits and other things. And how do they pay for it? Well, they cut some Medicaid funding out to backfill that. And there's other issues with the bill that I have, but I'm not going to get into that. But that's basically where this is coming from the Democrats. Can you imagine if this was reversed? Could you imagine the fucking uproar, the explosion, the crazy nonsense that would come out of the Democrats' mouth if this was done by the Republicans? Now, I will give them a little grace. Republicans will shut the government down more than the Democrats will, because the Republicans are in favor of limiting federal government reach. So what is the Affordable Care Act? They've been wanting to repeal this. They've tried 70 times without success. They've lost a few voting rounds on this. They tried again when Trump's first term, and it didn't go well. Why are they attempting to do this? Because they do not believe that the federal government should be funding health care. Now, the Affordable Care Act costs $150 billion a year. It is an average of $20,000 per taxpayer. It is 8 to 10 times more expensive than they originally thought. And of course, when the healthcare expenditures came out to be higher, many insurance carriers were dropping the ACA, which is people losing coverage, and there was millions of people that lost it for a short term. And then you would get these extended tax credits and things like that, which is what has happened, and it has expanded to the point where anybody and everybody can get covered under a certain income threshold. Now, am I in favor of the healthcare across the board like that? Sure. Let everybody should have that ability. But what I'm not in favor of is the federal government paying for it, i.e., I pay for it, the taxpayer paying for it on a large scale like this. And this is the problem that the Republican Party, i.e., the conservatives, have had with the ACA. It continues to balloon in costs. The Office of Management Budget projected to go into the trillions within the next 3 to 4 years. This is a problem that the Democrats love to produce these problems. They love to sit there and create a thing that could help millions, but over time it balloons until it pops, and then we have a problem on our hands. That's what Social Security has turned into at this point. That's what the ACA is turning into, slowly but surely. Anybody with a couple of brain cells and a calculator over time will figure out that this is an issue. And every year, insurance premiums as a whole continue to rise because of these subsidies, because of these expansions, because the government is backfilling at almost 90%. These are problems the Republican Party does not want to have on the books, especially when the deficit is well over $35 trillion and rising. Now, Democrats will argue that this doesn't matter, man, spend the money. It doesn't matter because no one's ever going to address the debt or the entitlement programs. They're always going to kick that shit down the road. Who gives a rip, right? All right. I understand. I'm with you. I get it. Everybody kicks the can down the road in government. That's a thing. It happens. But what I don't understand is the childish behavior. It really bothers me that you will go an entire year complaining, and then you sit there and you sit down on your hands and you pout like a fucking toddler. This is the suggestion I have for the Democrats. This is the suggestion that I have. The Medicaid funding thing, you can always come back to it. You can always come back to it. You can always refund it. Will the price rise a little bit this year, next year, and slowly but surely? I'm sure it will. But what you can do, especially if you win the presidency in 2028, you can always refund Medicaid. You can always put that money back. You can always get things back the way you wanted. You're just going to have to deal with what is happening now because you don't have full control. And obviously, if you get control in 2026, all you're going to do is be a fucking backstop against the president anyway. You're going to just not do things all over the place. And that's the plan anyway. So what does it matter? What I would say is, if I'm Mike Johnson, if I'm Thune, I would probably break from the president on this, and I would say, okay, as much as I hate the ACA, this is a bone you can throw the Democrats. I'd be like, okay, let's make these subsidies through the next year, through 2026. Let's get that on the books. The Medicaid funding, we'll reassess that in the next legislative session. And the layoffs is bullshit, because what happens is they all get back pay. Nobody is losing anything here. They're on a vacation right now. When they go back to work, they're going to get their money. The TSA worker doesn't get furloughed. The air traffic controller doesn't get furloughed. The military doesn't get furloughed. You know, a lot of the government officials don't get furloughed. They will all come. They don't lose money, is what I'm let me rephrase. They don't lose their money. They don't get furloughed. They all get their money at the end of the day. So, having said all that, guys, if you're a Democrat looking at this at home, how can you stand by this? How can you stand by this? Because your premiums, okay, forget what the Republicans are doing. Forget the Republicans are doing. And this whole concept of you should just own your mistake, your mess. No. If you're really serving the people, you're not serving them by allowing them to fall. You're going to serve them better by giving them what they need to get through life and help them. So, stop being a baby. Stop being a fucking child. You should probably, and I mean this, only ask for the ACA subsidies. Get what you can. You're not going to get a bill completely repealed. That's ridiculous. Okay? The Republicans tried to repeal the ACA and they didn't get it done. You're not going to get this done. You know you're not going to get this done. You know that it's not going to happen. Mike Johnson has taken his people and said, go home and watch TV. He has sent them away because he knows this is your position. You're not changing your mind. Why the fuck would I even bother sitting here talking to you? I'm just going to go home. There's no reason to be here. Because all you're doing is, as he said, storming my office, tearing down my shit, talking crap, running over there having arguments. Hakeem Jeffries arguing with a congressman in the hall for no damn reason. If this is how you're going to be, I might as well go home and watch TV. That is where we're at right now. That is where we're at right now. So let me know what you guys think. I think the Democrats should probably just go with the ACA. Stick on that. Get your constituents something. And you're just going to have to live with that something. And then you're going to have to go into the next session and talk about these other issues and be firm on those issues and push those issues. Don't sit here and cry in the corner like a fucking child and go on these weird PR runs and just go, oh, you know, Gavin Newsom talking about, oh, Trump's out there golfing when he should be talking. Trump don't care. He has what he wants. He doesn't care. He doesn't want the ACA subsidies. He doesn't care. He doesn't want Medicaid expanded. That's why he pulled back off of it. He doesn't give a shit if you sit there and cry. He does not care. He does not care. Short-term bills, single subject bills, whatever. You're not holding any leverage here. Donald Trump is getting what he wants. You're also giving him an open window to permanently close sections of the government or furlough them indefinitely because you're being a fucking baby. He does not care. He's got Mike Johnson and Thune don't care. They want what they want and they already have it. The fact that you guys are going to sit here and cry because you want things back that were taken from you, it's not going to happen. They don't care. Chuck Schumer can pound the table all day. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. And the $20 billion appropriated money for, I believe it was Argentina, it's already earmarked to go. You guys complain about that shit all the time. Well, this Bill's already got the money. Why is he holding the money? You complain about this all the time. So when he finally follows through on something that's already on the books, you bitch and complain about it? I mean, come on, Chucky. Come on. And the same can be said with this stuff is absolutely retarded. I mean, check this out.
This is day 13 of the Trump Republican shutdown, and House Republicans remain on vacation. These extremists canceled votes for the last 3 weeks. And now earlier today, Speaker Mike Johnson had the nerve to say that Republicans are the party of healthcare. Y'all ain't the party of healthcare. You're the party that continues to destroy the healthcare of the American people. The largest cut to Medicaid in American history. Hospitals, nursing homes, and community-based health centers closing all across America, including in your home state of Louisiana. And now because of Republicans' refusal to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits, tens of millions of Americans are about to experience dramatically increased health care costs, all because...
Just a straight baby. I mean, what are we fucking doing, Hakeem? You are over here just... Okay, listen. Listen. I'm going to go through this again. This is I'm going to go through this again. Okay? The ACA was enacted in 2010. The annual related federal spending ranges from 130 to 150 billion. 40 to 50% of it is funded by general revenue. Some of it is government borrowing, which is borrowing into next year and into next year and into next year. Okay? The federal government subsidizes the health insurance premiums for millions of Americans enrolled through the ACA marketplace. 2024, the average premium was $477, but most enrollees received premium tax credits, reducing their net payments significantly. Taxpayers cover a majority of these costs, especially for low and middle income individuals, including premium tax credits and cost sharing reductions. It totals about $91 to $100 billion a year. Okay? $130 to $150 billion in annual ACA-related federal spending. $100 billion is taxpayer spending. If the math holds, it's $250 billion a year from taxpayers like me, like you, like the guy down the street, and related revenue and borrowing into the next year and into the next year of your kids' future to pay for this. Okay? The other part of the ACA comes from Medicaid expansion. The federal government covers 90% of Medicaid expansion costs for eligible low-income adults, translating to $70 billion a year. So we're already up to, what are we looking at? 150, 100 is 250. 300, 7, that's 1, 2, 3, $320 billion a year is spent on the Affordable Care Act. Okay? The average cost for the taxpayer, as I said before, was $20,739 on the exchange rate, on the exchange enrollees and stuff. I said 10 times. I'm sorry. It's 3 times the original Congressional Budget Office projection. Although the ACA has increased coverage, reaching millions of Americans, its costs have been higher than expected. Despite that, some projections estimate the ACA may modestly reduce the federal deficit over the long term due to taxes and spending offsets. That part is a fucking guess. We don't know because they continue to borrow all the way into the next year and into the next year and into the next year to pay for the federal related spending. This is madness. It's madness. The ACA spending is part of a broader federal healthcare budget that totals $1.6 trillion. $1.6 trillion. So what Donald Trump is attempting to do here is cut that to $1 trillion a year by removing the ACA and the Medicaid expansions. What the Democrats want is the subsidies back in and the Medicaid expansion back in. That has been taken away with the big, beautiful bill. Because they're saying that money that you're offsetting the cost of the big, beautiful bill onto the taxpayer. But we don't care if the taxpayer is spending $100 billion to help fund this. We don't care if that's happening. The Democrats don't care. Let me rephrase this. The Democrats don't care if your taxpayer is spending $100 billion. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit that it's averaging $20,739 per taxpayer. They don't give a shit about that. You're going to pay. You're going to pay. They don't care about that. They don't care about that. But they are going to bitch about the reductions to the ACA to pay for the tax bills, the tax credits, and what have you in the big, beautiful bill. Oh, now we got a problem. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And of course, they always say that shit is like 6-7% of the healthcare. I don't care if it's 6 or 7%. It should be less than that. It should always be less than that. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. It's mind-boggling what it is that is going on. But again, guys, it's let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.
Like and subscribe.
Don't forget to do that, guys. Like and subscribe as well. Appreciate that. Okay. The podcast of the day, guys, is by a guy named Caleb Hammer. It is called Financial Audit. I don't know how real these stories are. I don't know how true this shit really is. Maybe these people do exist. Maybe these fucking people are crazy. Maybe they do have psychotic whatevers. Maybe they spin like they do. Maybe. I don't know. But what I want to focus on is the host of the show, Caleb Hammer. Now, his page has about 2.5 million subscribers, blah, blah, fucking blah. I'm sure there's, billions, whatever, views, all that dumb shit. But we're going to dive into this episode called Spoiled Toxic Bitch. And I'm really wondering how performative this horse shit really is. Because it just seems like he's overdoing it a little bit. Let's get into this.
The following story is mostly true.
I have a tendency to manipulate my fiance into doing whatever I want.
The fiance? Like what?
But I know I'm always going to end up getting my way. I have him wrapped around my finger. Yes, I am, going behind his back and doing that.
Even in the fucking intro, did you hear that? It's like, bro, calm the fuck down. This is not a dire, like so dire that we need you to act like you're having a fucking heart attack.
That, but in another way, like, I'm getting what I want.
Hammer Elite is the best YouTube membership on the platform, and I just upgraded it. 3 exclusive dedicated...
Get through this fucking goofy ad that he's got going on here where he's pitching some shit. I'm going to mute that.
My name is Lexi. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana, and this is Financial Audit.
You are the second person today with the holes in the ears and the septum piercing. What creatures have we drug off the street? Well, I appreciate you coming down here or over from Lafayette. What do you do there for a living, Lexi?
So I work from home. I work at a third party. It's weird to explain, but it's a third-party company that helps out insurance companies.
What is your job?
I'm a policy processing representative.
Very good. What do you make?
I make $35K a year. I make salary.
Salary $35,000? Usually minimum when it comes to salaries these days, we're seeing at least like 41, 42. Why is this so low?
I may be wrong then. It could be hourly, but they say 16, it's about $16.90 something an hour, but...
How many hours a week are you working?
40, full-time.
Okay. Do you know what hits your account on a monthly basis? Maybe that's your after-tax.
Right away, like I said, the squealing like a fucking... Like he's squealing like a stuffed pig. And then you watch his mannerisms and the way he's talking. It's almost as if it's a purposeful disdain for him for this entire thing. Like, this is his show, right? This is his reason for existing, the financial audit, where he audits normal people and he tries to give them financial advice, yada yada yada. Why do you My question to him is, why do you sound like a fucking child? Like, why do you sound like a fucking irritated dude? Like, you're wasting your time, or you don't want to be there, or you're tired for the day. If you're doing 4 or 5 of these a day, maybe you should do 1 a day so you're completely rested or whatever. Because as we'll find out, it's very off-putting and kind of annoying. And if I was sitting there, I wouldn't be happy at all. Every time I open my mouth, he goes, why would you do that? And he grabs, microphone and...
Yes,
breath.
I have it in my phone. Am I allowed to pull that out?
Yeah, if you don't know your monthly income, I guess.
I know the income between me and my fiance monthly.
Fiance, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Monthly income, our total checks.
Where is he? Has he been a little... What's happening?
So
I feel like we should be having a fiance conversation.
No. So he just started this new job, and he doesn't have any time off accrued yet, so he's not able to make it, unfortunately.
Enough. Okay, are we looking at both y'all's combined, or just you?
We are. Both of ours combined.
Okay, so what hits your account?
Total check is $2,093.45.
How often?
Twice a month.
$2,935?
$2,093.45. So $2,900.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm sorry. Yeah, 45 cents.
For a financial guy, he's got to be retarded. She says $2,093.45. I know it's 45 cents, and I don't have the financial background he has. How does he not understand what she is saying? Like I said, guys, this shit struck me as like on purpose, and we're not even 3 minutes in. It just comes off like. He comes off like he's smarter than you. He comes off annoyed. He comes off like you're there to waste his day. And let's just get past this intro.
Certainly did something to your eyebrows.
Trying to figure out what I did.
Well, that's a little Mulan-ish.
Thank you. No, I shave the tails of my eyebrows and then draw them back on.
It's interesting. It's an art project.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Guess everything's a canvas when you're creative. Okay, so you hide that.
and like the grocery spending.
And what else?
Also like tanning. I love to go tanning. So like self-tanner.
They're all lining up so far.
Yeah.
They're all.
Yeah.
Everything you're mentioning is very visually represented.
Perfect.
Okay.
Definitely.
What else? Wait,
clothes.
you hide going and getting tanned in the grocery budget?
Absolutely.
You guys lined out a grocery budget and you go get tanned? What are you doing? Why? He's your fiance. You want to have a life together. How the could he even trust you? How could he trust that you guys come together and make a budget so we can get out of the cash advance cycle and he just trusts you to not go spread cheeks under a light and get your hole all browned?
He's a really trusting guy, I guess.
And that's bad, clearly.
Yeah.
And you're okay with it? You don't feel disgusted? I'm a little disgusted.
I think the word is disgusted, not disgusted. Maybe that's just his thing.
Yeah. And yeah, I had the car January 2024, and then
Wait. They're typing something to me.
Oh.
They said for you, not with you. They're twisting something.
He didn't sign for me. He co-signed with me.
He was your co-signer, though. He did this so you could get the car. He wasn't co-signing with you. He co-signed for you.
Oh. Sorry, I don't know the technical terms about it.
Guy. Run. What happened to the car?
I had a retail job at the time. I was making $10 an hour. And the car note was $816.
Oh, what was the balance?
See what I mean? The fuck is he doing? What is this? What the fuck is this? Like, if I had this guy in front of me, I would have left. I wouldn't have sat for this clip is the 40-minute mark. I wouldn't have sat there for 40 minutes. I'd be like, dude, you're fucking retarded. Like, you literally are crazy. Like, I can't have an actual discussion with you about anything to take any of your advice seriously because you're flopping around the table like a fucking baby. Do you need your bottle? Do you need a fucking pacifier? Do I have to change your diaper? Like, what is this shit? And I gotta say, I gotta say that the obligation of signing on the dotted line, you gotta be there for, the 1 hour or 1 hour and 30 minutes or whatever the fuck it is gotta be gut wrenching, especially for the guest. You're just sitting there and he is just taking pot shots at you. He's making fun of your face. He's making fun of how you do your makeup. He's telling your fiance to basically break up with you on camera. And he does this shit. Like, what is this? It's like one. If I had to rate this show, it would be 1 because 1 out of 10. Why? Because his whining bitchy shit that he does on camera is somewhat funny and it's kind of entertaining. And it's one of those things where you're just like, all right, I guess, whatever. But at the end of the day, guys, entertainment factor is about an 8 or a 9. Is it rewatchable? Kinda, sorta. But at the end of it all, it's not something that you're gonna learn anything from. It's not something that you're gonna get any kind of education on. I muted the commercials. He's running these commercials of financial help and stuff. But if you watch the way he reacts and the way he handles someone's financial situation, no matter how good or bad it may be, I don't know if I even trust what he's fucking selling me at that point. But of course, he's another one of those podcasty YouTuber guys. 2.2 billion views here, 2.5 million subscribers. Anyway, guys, that is it. Thank you all for listening, and I will see you on the next one.